Well, after the Fox, here we are back in the HEC studios. Enchanted April is a pleasantly amusing play, and the Kirkwood Theatre Guild is giving it a pleasantly amusing production. Originally a 1922 English novel, Enchanted April has been adapted twice as a movie, twice as a play, once as a musical, and once for TV. Its enchantment obviously enchants. Matthew Barber penned the version used at Kirkwood for a 2003 Broadway production. Like the original novel, it's set in the 1920s. In a dark, dank, dreary, drizzly London winter, two young women, each the lesser partner in a marriage dominated by a man whose ego demands constant feeding, see an ad in the paper for a villa on the Italian coast, available for rent during the month of April. The two women meet by chance, agree to take the villa together, and find two other women to share the rent with them. The four, together with the husbands and other acquaintances, find themselves transformed by their enchanted April in the sun. Barber's script makes the most of the amusing contrasts among the characters. Anna Werner plays Lottie Wilton, the originator of the scheme and the most enthusiastic in carrying it forward, including a little harmless deception when required. But she can't find the courage to tell her husband until the night before they are to leave. He is the stuffiest of stuffed shirts and the most controlling of spouses, expecting nothing of her but yes, dear, when appropriate. And I did sometimes feel that Danny Brown, playing him, would deflate entirely were a pin to prick him. Brown gets to show that he can handle broad comedy when the husband, joining his wife in Italy, tries to cope with Italian plumbing. Lottie, by then, is flourishing, finding exactly the relief and release she had hoped for under the southern sun. Rose Arnott, Lottie's partner in the scheme, moves a little more cautiously with her plans, but she's fed up with her husband's neglect and self-infatuation. As Rose, Heather Sarton seizes delightfully her character's range of reactions to her old and new worlds. Colin Nichols could make Rose's husband, a failed poet who has become a famous novelist, even more unpleasant than he does. Lottie and Rose recruit two more women to join them and share the expenses of their escape. Lady Caroline Bramble enjoys the social whirl available to a lovely young woman. But Sally Sinclair also reveals the pain that Lady Caroline is trying to escape. The fourth member of the party, Mrs. Graves, was much happier when the tone of English life was set by Queen Victoria, and she would like to impose that tone on her companions in the Italian villa. Eleanor Mullen successfully makes her unpleasantly stern, but also pleasantly amusing as she responds to the Italian sun and the attentions paid to her. Preston Murchison makes the English owner of the villa, inherited from his family, a gracious host, amusingly uncertain about which of the young women has lost a husband in the war and is therefore fair game for his attentions. Christy Worley gets the prize comic role of the villa's beleaguered cook and housekeeper, exasperated by the English failure to understand her Italian and to respond in kind. The production took a few scenes to reach a pleasantly relaxed pace that was right for this comedy. It wasn't helped in the first act by the constant moving of tables and chairs on and off the stage as the scene shifted about places in London. Stage manager Denise Wade and her crew worked efficiently, but I was surprised that director Tom Murray and set designer Matt Stuckel had not found a smoother way to make those changes. Stuckel's Italian villa, however, is quite impressive, a properly restorative environment for its guests who bloom among its blossoms. Nathan Schrader provides the Italian sun and romantic mood. The women have Cheryl Thibault to thank for the 1920s frocks that become them so well. Once it finds its pace, Enchanted April is a very pleasant evening's entertainment.
Yes, I think that pace is found especially in the Italian scenes. I was as ready for that trip as they were.
Yes, very true.